Hey, how's it going everyone? Taysin here, and today I'm going to be talking about games we've missed. So this is a video response to BioPhoenix, who also did this as a video response to GamezOf War. Two great channels and people. Links in the description below. Please check them out. And it's basically just talking about sort of exactly what it says. So games that either we wanted to play or other people played that we never got to growing up. So I've got quite a few of them, and they've always been games that for some reason have kept coming back in my mind every now and then, and I just still haven't got into them. Either I don't own the games or I've only just recently got into the games. But yeah, let's get started. So first up on the list is Jak and Daxter. So I remember when the PS2 came out, there was an advertisement for Jak and Daxter on TV, and I was really interested in it. It was one of the reasons I actually wanted to get a PlayStation 2 before the announcement of Final Fantasy X and stuff, or before I saw them actually in magazines and stuff. And then when I got the PS2, I never ever got Jak and Daxter, and I don't know why. I think one of the reasons I think could be is that when I got the PS2, the first games that I got with it, alongside Final Fantasy X, was Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Ball Z Budokai, and Ratchet and Clank. And I ended up going off and playing all the Ratchet and Clank games on the PS2, so maybe that could have been it. I went down that route instead of going the Jak and Daxter route. But I always wanted to play it, and then obviously it recently came out as a HD re-release or remaster on the PS3 and PS Vita. And I still haven't got it. I really want to play it, but it's quite hard to find the PS3 remake physically here. And when you do find it, it costs quite a bit. So I've never gone around to it. But it's just, yeah, it's always been a game that I've wanted to play. And speaking of a game that sort of had similar releases is the Sly Cooper Trilogy. So that was a game that it was sort of more under my radar. I remember seeing it once, and I think I played a demo of it, and I just don't think it ever really crossed my mind. But then now, since it's been re-released on the PS3, it's shown up more, and sort of, yeah, I've had some interest. I sort of want to play it, especially having such a good time with Ratchet and Clank. I feel like Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, and Jak and Daxter, those three trilogies from the PS2 are sort of they're sort of match made. So if you like one, I can see it's sort of you can enjoy all of them. So that's another game. On top of that, I'll show you this one, and that is Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. So these games are masterpieces, and I can say this just from having briefly played them and seeing a lot about them, but I haven't actually beaten either of them. And one of the reasons is these are games that I really just never really knew about. I remember seeing Ico on the back of my PS2. It showed a list. It showed screenshots of different games, and Ico was there. And I thought it always looked quite odd, but I'd never seen the game around. And same with Shadow of the Colossus, I never saw them around ever. And then I think it was just since the PS3 remaster that it wasn't even then that I noticed it. It was actually on a YouTube video recently, just them talking. Oh no, it was The Last Guardian. I'd seen The Last Guardian and always been so interested in that, and through that, I learnt about the director and these two games that he directed prior, which are masterpieces. And then I really wanted to get it, and I spent a long time looking for this game, the actual Australian copy of the PS3 Classic HD remasters, and they're also really hard to get and really expensive. But I fortunately found one on cash through Cash Converters. It was on the online shop. They have when you put in the listing, and if nothing shows up, then sort of at the bottom of the page, at least in Australia, it shows a little ad IDs saying the game and the ID number, but they're not actually online advertised. So what I did is I contacted the store asking if they could find it and put it online. And they did, and it was an Australian copy, so I instantly got that, and it was only $19 or so. It was unbelievably cheap, so something I really want to play. And I guess the only reason I haven't gone to it is because of my backlog. I've just got all these games, but I know that if I do start it, I don't know whether I should play Shadow of the Colossus first or Ico. Let me know. I think I might go Ico first, but yeah, for those of you who have played it, yeah, please let me know. And yeah, so that's another one I really want to get to. And on to the next one, and that is the Star Ocean series. So these were games that I'd heard about, just like the Tales games. But in Australia, we don't get that much, how should I say, not advertisement. There's not that much, you just don't really see that many JRPGs around, and those that are available, they're in quite limited supply. So it's not like you go into a store and you're always going to see a Star Ocean game or anything. And actually, I never saw one until I got the Last Hope, and that was a pre-owned copy that I found. But I never saw these games sold brand new and stuff. You've always got to, yeah, they're always there just for a little bit of time. They're gone, and it's pretty much like you have to hunt them down through secondhand sort of markets and stuff. So something that I really got recently. I got them both secondhand. I really want to play. I'm thinking of actually going straight into the new one that's coming out. I think it's coming out in July, I believe. So really looking forward to that one. It looks amazing, especially being because it's a dual release on PS3 and PS4. So I'm assuming the graphics aren't the visuals aren't as good as if it were to have just been dedicated to the PS4, but still looks beautiful. So definitely excited for that one. And next on the list, another JRPG series, and I know this series has not had that much, not love, that's not the right word, but not much exposure in Australia, and that is the Persona series. So yeah, you're seeing it first here. This is a recent pickup of mine. I'll go into more details in my upcoming pickups video, but yes, the Persona series. Never really saw much of them until like the PSP remakes, like the portable ones, and even then I just didn't really know much about them. But it's really just since Persona 4 came out as an anime, I noticed it. I recently got that one. And then Persona 5, obviously all the hype for that. And you know, it's there's a lot of stuff going on the internet with that. So it made me want to track down Persona 4 Golden, the sort of the newest version of that. And it's also a game that really hard to find in Australia, really expensive. I managed to find an awesome person who sold it to me for an awesome price. So finally got that. Looking forward to playing that soon, and then, you know, getting into Persona 5, or I might go straight into Persona 5 first. I'm still tossing up whether I should play Persona 4 or I should watch the anime. Let me know, actually. I don't know which one to go for first. But yeah, then moving on to some other games, ones that I don't have. Xenosaga. Never saw a release in Australia, only the second one got a release, which is odd. Like, you'd think that the first one would get an Australian release, and then maybe you wouldn't see the rest, but no, 1 and 3 never got released here, just the second one. So still haven't played that one. I mentioned like with Xenogears and stuff, that was quite tricky to get, never came out here, but fortunately I got one of them. Ys, the YS or Ys series. I never knew anything about this game until Happy Console Gamer was talking about it, and he loves this series. I've seen like footage from him talking about it, and it looks so amazing. It gives me this like a Star Ocean sort of vibe and stuff. It's a really cool sort of vibe, and yeah, never seen an Ys game in Australia, so I'm gonna have to find out how I can sort of find an Ys game, track it down, and sort of which one to play. Another series is the Dragon Quest series. So I was always the Final Fantasy player, so I never really played Dragon Quest, but I would always see Dragon Quest 8 sort of here and there, and I guess, yeah, it had that sort of cel-shading Dragon Ball Z, Akira Toriyama style. I'm not sure if Toriyama had anything to do with that game. Let me know, actually, but it just had that sort of vibe to it. And but it was something that, yeah, I guess I just thought, no, I'm playing my Final Fantasy games and I'm happy with that. And maybe I thought Dragon Quest had something to do like Dragon Ball Z. Obviously I was saying to Toriyama and Dragon, and I thought maybe it's a riff-off, but it turns out learning more about these games, no, it's not the case. So don't worry, I was just a little kid when I was thinking that. But yeah, there's some other games. I'm just trying to think what other games there were. The Persona. I wrote a little list, actually, so I'm just going to get it out quickly. I think I've pretty much covered them all. One more, actually, and that is BioPhoenix actually reminded me of this series, and that is the Shadow Hearts series. Also similar to the Dragon Quest sort of thing, I played Kingdom Hearts all the time. When I saw Shadow Hearts, I remember there was one Shadow Hearts game and the front had a picture of a character, and he sort of had the hair like Sora from Kingdom Hearts. So I thought, is this sort of like a take, not a rip-off, but like a game that sort of hasn't been influenced, I should say. That's a better word, influenced by Kingdom Hearts. And yeah, I just never got it. I always saw it, but maybe it was just I felt like, well, growing up, it was not like I had much money, and, you know, my parents would buy me games growing up, and they couldn't afford many games, so, you know, I played the ones that I got, and I played them sort of, to death, and I really loved them. So I never got Shadow Hearts, but there was always that sort of urge to want to try a Shadow Hearts game. So that's something, they're ones I did see around, but obviously don't see them around anymore. So if I do find it secondhand, then I'll definitely give one of them a go, at least. Maybe the first one, you know. Let me know which one the first one is. I'm not too sure. I've seen some. There's one that has a picture of, it's sort of like a dark sort of setting or theme, just at least from looking at the pictures at the back and front. And there's another one that looks a bit more, or the tone looks a bit different. But yeah, anyways guys, there's sort of the games I've missed. Let me know some of the games you've missed. Please feel free to do a video response. Like I said, please check out BioPhoenix and GamezOf War's channel. They've got some awesome discussions on this. And yeah, anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and till next video, stay spot on.